In this stretch tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to stretch out your hamstrings, but putting more emphasis on the medial side of the hamstring. So the medial side is the inner portion of the hamstring. So if you feel the back of your legs, you'll be on your hamstrings, and the innermost portion is the portion that is closest to the midline of the body. We've got 3 muscles that make up the hamstrings, and whilst we're going to be stretching all of them, it's just going to be that little bit more emphasis on the inner side of the hamstring in this example. So I've got a mat here. I've also got a pillow or a bolster. So you can decide to use a pillow or a bolster if you need to, more so for comfort than anything else. And then also I would advise using a mat. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using a resistance band, and I'm going to pop the resistance band underneath my foot, just on the balls of my foot. So it's not on my toes at all, it's underneath all of my toes on the balls of the foot. Now, those of you that are watching this, you're all going to have different hamstring flexibility. So some of you are going to come up into a real big stretch, and others that are more limited in hamstring flexibility are going to come into a shallower stretch. So for me, I've got not great hamstring flexibility, so you're going to see that in a very little while. And I'm going to come into a position where I feel like I've got that hamstring stretch. And then from here, I'm pulling down, and I want to make sure that I'm on the balls of the feet at all times. I don't want to be on the toes, otherwise this might smack me in the face. And I'm then going to, once I've got that stretch, come out. And then, if you can't feel the stretch as much, you might need to come up until you feel that hamstring stretch again. And now this is the most important part. If you look at my foot, it's pointing away, so it's pointing diagonal. I'm now just going to emphasize that position a little bit more and really point it diagonally. So let's go through those steps again. We had hamstring stretch, bring the leg out, rotate and create that diagonal with the feet, and then you should be feeling the inner hamstring more in that example. So that is how to stretch out your medial side of the hamstring. You would do it for the sets and repetitions as desired. And then what you can do as well is you can repeat that exactly the same on one side as you did in the other. So whether you're doing sets, repetitions, or seconds, make sure you do exactly the same on both sides.